the support he's given me in the years, so he's too modest, really, and I wanted to start by saying that. But, damas y caballeros, amigos, socios, what a wonderful evening. Thank you all for coming this evening. So many familiar faces, old friends, new friends. Wow, 20 years, it's unbelievable. It goes sometimes so quickly. And it's been an amazing journey, a journey that continues. And God willing, I hope and believe it will be equally rewarding and exciting and fun for the next 20 years. Before I begin, I want to thank Sofia and Sergio and Miguel and Daniela for organizing such a wonderful evening for us. Thank you guys for your work tonight. As Jim mentioned, my partner for 20 years, when we founded this firm and we built this business together on a simple and straightforward mission, which was creative solutions, trusted advice, right? Those are the words that we've lived by for the last 20 years. But what did that really mean to us? And as Jim kind of talked about, he always taught me a couple things, and we both live by that, which is always put your client's interests first. Always treat your clients with respect. Treat your client's money like it was your own. Give the advice you'd give your own father, your own compadre, right? Give the advice you would do for yourself, not because of your own financial best interests. In other words, do the right thing and do it always. How hard is that? That's a simple thing, right? It's so simple in words, but much more difficult, I think, in life and in practice. But we knew if we did those simple things, then we would build a firm that we could be proud of, a firm that we would always want to work for, a firm we'd always want to wake up every day passionate to go to work for. And I think that's what we've achieved over the last 20 years. And 20 years ago, we didn't, as Jim pointed out, have a Mexico plan. It wasn't, we're going to be the bankers of Mexico. That was really a blessing, if you will. We came down to Mexico on this famous Calorex, Calentadoras deal, and we met some amazing people. And more importantly, it was an enlightening experience to come to Mexico. Zedillo was still the president. You know, the peso crisis had just passed a couple of years back. We had NAFTA, but really between the peso crisis and NAFTA, really the transformational effect on Mexico was just really starting, you know? And it was being felt across all of the industries and all businesses here in Mexico. Change was coming, big changes were coming to Mexico, and Mexican businesses, most importantly, needed good advisors, trusted advisors. And they didn't have, I thought, in those days, as many as they needed to be these agents of change. And I think we wanted to be these agents of change to help Mexican businesses do that. There was this opportunity, this optimism, and of course, challenges that needed to be overcome. And we wanted to be front and center in it. And that's what we learned when we came down here back 20 years ago. The trick was, how could we convince Mexicanos to trust two aggressive, crazy gringos that had come down out of nowhere? How were we going to do that? How hard could that be? Right? How hard could it be? Well, al que madruga Dios lo oye. No. Every day, hard work and persistence. That's how. Work up every morning, go out to meetings, do these things. And our first milestone was convincing our friends at Grupo Industrial Saltillo, as Jim pointed out, to hire us and give us this first opportunity. And I'm forever grateful to the Familia Lopez family and their people for giving us that chance, right? And that was the first cornerstone. And it led to one of the most, as Jim points out, most important decisions we ever made, which is back in the early days of Seale, Mexico, which was really me and Jim. We brought on our dear friend and partner, Felipe Bueno. And I'll never forget what we said when we brought Felipe on. We said to ourselves, how can we go wrong with a guy named Bueno? Right? So, like patient farmers, Felipe and I went to go out and plant seeds week after week, month after month, year after year, building these lasting relationships. A fuerzo, ni los zapatos se van. Right? That's what we did. Every day, hoping that those seeds would one day bear fruit. Always staying true to our mission. And then we knew we couldn't do it alone, so we had to hire the best and brightest young professionals. And we had to convince them to join this firm, this very small firm. And I want to thank these people for joining us on our journey, which was Rob Whitney, Adrian Llerena, Sergio Garcia, Adan Sierra, Carlos Hernandez. You embraced our culture, professionalism, hard work, integrity, and you helped to become the next cornerstones of our success in Mexico and elsewhere around the world. And today, as you see amongst us, we have a generation of even brighter, younger, hungrier young professionals in our Mexico City office. And I have no doubt they're going to do wonderful things over the next 20 years. So with each passing year, every successful mandate we closed, every happy client we had in Mexico who served as a reference to introduce us to the next happy client, and so on for 20 years. So many of you are here today. I can see your faces. Clients that are now more friends than clients. You know? And really, I can't thank you enough for trusting us and building these lasting relationships. Gracias a todos for that. Now there's a story, it's a famous story, una leyenda, el mito, in my family and amongst my friends back in the United States. They all think I have a second family here in Mexico. They think I have a beautiful wife and kids, beautiful home, cars in the hills over Monterrey where I live happily, because they say to me, you know, ¿por qué más pasaría tanto tiempo en México? Why are you there for so long, for 20 years? No. And the truth is, I tell them that they're partially correct. They're partially correct. I do have a love affair, un amorio, in Mexico. But it's not the one they think. It's con la gente, con la cultura, con la historia, con la comida, y por supuesto el tequila también. I've always admired the industriousness of Mexico, the faith in God, en el potencial ilimitado. Si Dios quiere, I'll continue to work with you all, with all my friends here in Mexico, so together we can achieve our fullest potential. Yo creo que lo mejor está por venir. So let's, of course, raise our glasses, un brindis. Thank you for believing in us. I don't know where my tequila is, but hopefully I can get it here. Thank you for believing in us, supporting us, trusting us. Ha sido y sigue siendo un privilegio trabajar con cada uno de ustedes. I look forward to the future and building on our 20 years of success together, juntos. No será fácil, nunca lo es, pero tengo fe en que las cosas buenas les llegan a quienes viven con honor y integridad y hacen las cosas de la manera correcta. Muchas gracias por todos. Thank you very much. To the next 20 years.